Okay, let's understand about crops. You would have heard this term n number of times. Okay, now what is crops? Now, human beings, or rather men plus women and plus children, all of them require food. Okay, now let's say you have a person X. Now X will require, let's say, wheat, rice, milk, and so on. While these two are grown in the field, milk we get from animals. Okay, now it is a fact of life that one person cannot grow wheat, grow rice, and grow milk, or rather rear milk from the animals. So what happens is that a group of people, let's say X, Y, Z, A, B, and all together, each of them take up the task of doing one particular thing. So let's say you have group A, which will be growing wheat, group B, who will be growing rice, and group C, who will be rearing the animals for milk. Okay, and instead of doing it for himself, what he will do is he will do it in quantities that is sufficient to take care of all the people. So when people grow plants of same kind on a large scale for food or clothing or other purposes, it is called crop. So instead of growing wheat for myself, I grow a particular field. Let's say this is my field. So I will grow large number of plants which will give me wheat. And this wheat will be sufficient to take care of the requirement of the entire group. So this process of growing plants of same kind in a large scale for food, wheat you can use for food or clothing. Let's say you had some cotton trees that you would have used for clothing or other purposes, let's say as medicines. It is called a crop. Now in India, depending on the season, crops are basically classified into two categories. One is called the Rabi crop and the other one is known as Kharif. And depending on where you are in the world, this may differ. So these are basically planted in June and normally harvested in October, whereas Rabi is planted in November and harvested in April. So if I were to give you an example of Rabi, let's say wheat. You know that wheat is harvested in April when you have the festival of Baisakhi in India, right? And let's say Kharif will be rice. All the new rice basically come towards the October mark. So that's the concept of crop and the type of crops in India.